Hello, everyone, and welcome to another show in the gray area. Now, today I've got fantasy football tips and rankings. Okay, I'm going to be looking at some ESPN fantasy their rankings and whether I agree, disagree, and then just a little bit of my own stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So I'm gonna look at their quarterback rankings, their top 15 fantasy football wise. Okay, number one, you got Patrick Mahomes. Okay, I think that's good. Josh Allen, number two, also good. Kyler Murray, number three. All right, I can get behind that. And then they've got Dak Prescott as the number four quarterback. Now this ranking is May 12th is when they put this out, so it might change a little bit. Dak Prescott, I don't think he's a number four overall. I don't think Dak Prescott is good. He has not proved himself enough to me, anyways. I don't. So I think he's too high. Move him down the list a little bit. Lamar Jackson, good at number five. Aaron Rodgers, I think also just a little bit too high. Okay. And then Russell Wilson, you've got him at number seven. Uh, also good. And Justin Herbert, he might be a little too low at number eight. I'm high on Justin Herbert. He's good. He is good. So all right. So in my rankings, you got Mahomes, Allen, Murray, then Lamar Jackson, Herbert, Wilson, Rodgers, Prescott as the top eight, if I'm changing it up. All right, so then they've got Tom Brady, number nine. All right, that's good. And Jalen Hurts, number 10. Now, Jalen Hurts, I have mentioned this in another video. I think he is the underdog quarterback of fantasy this next season. That's my prediction. I think he's going to do pretty well with the Eagles. So I'm good with him as the number 10 overall fantasy quarterback. All right, then Joe Burrow, number 11. Also, I don't know if he's kind of like Dak Prescott. I don't know if he's that good. And maybe that's because I really got into football this last season and Prescott and Burrow got injured. So I just haven't seen them play as much. But I don't know if he's going to be all that. And the number 11 overall fantasy, we will see. Deshaun Watson at number 12 on their rankings. This Deshaun Watson situation you don't know what's going to happen. So we've just got to monitor that situation and see whether he's going to sit out the season or play. Matt Stafford at 13, Ryan Tannehill 14, Trevor Lawrence 15. I'd say that's all good. Like I said, the rookie quarterbacks, if you're going to get a rookie quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields as your backup quarterback. Don't get them as your starting quarterback. Rookie quarterbacks haven't really ever done extremely well. Only about 3 ever have done well fantasy-wise. Okay. So that's quarterbacks. Now, quarterback strategy. Draft a quarterback late. I was looking at a mock draft of guys who are in the ESPN fantasy, like they live and breathe fantasy football, okay? And they did a mock draft with 10 teams. 10 guys did. And the first quarterback drafted was round 6. Patrick Mahomes went. Now, a lot of times Patrick Mahomes will go a lot sooner than that. But these guys, the experts, they're waiting all the way to round 6 for the first quarterback. So if I in my first 7 rounds, okay, I'd go running back, wide receiver, tight end, running back, wide receiver, quarterback, and then another running back or wide receiver. And we can talk about the later rounds another time. But that's probably my formula for getting a good team, because running backs are a little more rare than wide receivers. All right, let's move on to the tight end position. Now, all I wrote down for the tight ends, they're ESPN's top 4, and I think it's spot on. Their top 4 rankings: number 1, Travis Kelce. Yes, he is the best tight end for fantasy football. Number 2, Darren Waller. Yes, that's where I put him. George Kittle at number 3, very close behind Darren Waller. And then Mark Andrews from Baltimore at number 4. And then after that, you've got a group of maybe 10 tight ends that are good. You've got Robert Tonyan, Noah Fant, Hunter Henry, and several others that I am not mentioning right now that are also good. So maybe we'll go into all the tight ends that you can get another time. But right now, those 4 are the ones you want. Now, here's my strategy. So I mentioned earlier in the rounds: running back, wide receiver, tight end, running back, wide receiver, quarterback. That's kind of my formula, and it doesn't always work out. Whatever. So Travis Kelce, he goes first round. If not, then he goes second round. Okay. I don't know if you need to really go for Travis Kelce. He's round 1 material. Now, Darren Waller and George Kittle, these amazing tight ends that are not far behind Travis Kelce, they go in like round 3, round 4. So you're going to get more of a bargain for one of those 2 guys than you are Travis Kelce. So me, I'm going to go for one of those guys. I'm going to go for Darren Waller or George Kittle. Okay? And then Mark Andrews is another option, and like I said, maybe go into all the tight end options another time. But yeah, round 3, you want to get Darren Waller or George Kittle. That's going to be what I say. All right, moving on from tight ends to defense, special teams. Now this, you really don't have to worry about this much. But I'm going to put for you my defense special teams that if you're going to pick, this is who you want, okay? All right. The defense special teams you want in really no particular order. Here are the first 5. You can get the Buccaneers, which actually might be the best. They have great defense. The Ravens, the Rams, also Buccaneers and Rams are the 2 best, in my opinion. All right, Buccaneers, Rams, Ravens, Colts, and Browns. Those are my top 5 defense special teams that you're going to get. Now, and all of this is based on the ESPN Fantasy Football Points Per Reception League. Okay, not all the weird other stuff. This is the normal one. If you don't get those, there's the Steelers, the Bills, the Patriots, the 49ers, and Washington Football Team. Okay, those are another 5 to get. Now, involving overall strategy on when to get a defense special teams. So I'm gonna go into a late draft. So remember, all right, here's my formula: running back, wide receiver, tight end; running back, wide receiver, quarterback. And then you get a running back or a wide receiver, kind of whoever's available and good. And then I say in the next 3 rounds, you get another running back, another wide receiver, and another tight end in no particular order. Just get those guys that are going to be on the bench, because players get injured all the time, okay? And then, so in rounds 11 to 14, there's only about 16 rounds, I think. In 11 to 14, one of those somewhere in there, that's when you want to get your defense special teams. If you want one of the good ones, which it really doesn't matter too much, but it can. It's helpful to have a good one. You'd rather be getting 10 points than negative 2 points. But yeah, round 12. Let's go for round 12. You get a pretty decent defense special teams, although it doesn't matter too much. All right, we can go into wide receivers, running backs, and kickers another time. Yeah. So here's some news for you. I will be pausing my show for 4 weeks from the June 18th to July 8th. Those 4 shows in there. I will not be producing shows. Busy summer. So I'll have next week's show, June 11th, and then I'm going to take a little over a month break, and I'll bring you another show July 15th, okay? All right, well, that's all for today. Like, subscribe, and follow my Instagram, and I will see you next time in the gray area.